Now, if you are a multitasker, you are going to love these features. I have this quilting right now, and you can see the needle is progressing through the stitching sequence. I can add a second quilt and start working on it while this one is working. So I go to File, New Project. I'm going to give it a name called Flower Pot. And then I'm going to set its size and say OK. Now it opens this project, and you can see the red crosshairs is showing where the needle is. I'm going to just ignore that because at this point it doesn't matter one bit. Now I'm going to add a second pattern pad. Now I've already made a pattern pad called Flower Pots, and I've put some patterns on it. I'm going to choose that and say OK. That opens it up. Close out that window, open this window. There are the patterns that I want to use. Now this is fantastic. I'm going to go to Settings, Background Image. I snapped a picture of a quilt and I uploaded it here, and I've made a folder on my desktop called Backdrop Photos and put pictures of real quilts in there. I'm going to use this one. I can change the opacity so I can see it better, make sure I can still see my patterns and my quilt. And then I'm going to say, okay, there you go. Now I have that quilt on there, and I can start adding patterns to it and designing while my quilt, you can see the background, it's still moving. If I ever need to come back to my original project, I just need to click up here where it says Untitled Project. Now I'll open Flower Pot. We're back here. Here's one more tool I want to show you because it's so neat. It's a drawing tool. So if I open up my toolbar and see this pencil right here, I'm going to choose that. Then I'm going to move that toolbar out of the way because I want my screen to be as big as possible. So I'm using my finger on the screen, which is the same as mouse, and I say begin drawing. Now I'm going to go around this flower pot and say accept, and there you go. That is now a pattern that can be stitched. Some really good features in this Mach 3.